have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth. A robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This
is
notion
Radio Freedom,
that
broadcasting
a machine
all
could be
day,
granted
all
free
across
will
the Commonwealth.
is not only offensive,
Nothing to
but
report at the
horribly
moment.
dangerous.
Stay tuned for updates.
And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself.
This is
Ad
Radio Freedom,
Victoriam.
the voice of the Minutemen. It's 7 a.m.
Ad
Nothing
Victoriam!
to report.
Ad Victoriam!
Victorium!
Carry food with you, or you'll end up eating some pretty questionable things to stay
Elder
alive.
Maxon.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
If you cared about them, you'd leave them to their own devices.
Leaving them to their own devices is what reduced this metropolis to ruins in the first place. I'm a bit surprised that you don't realize that by now.
You're not gonna convince me you're right.
Yet despite that, Paladin Dan still feels you'd be an asset to the Brotherhood, seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers. You couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore,
You're
from
tuned
this
to
moment
Radio
forward,
Freedom.
I'm granting you the rank of Knight.
All's quiet
And,
across the Commonwealth.
befitting your
Stay
title,
safe out there.
we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
A knight? What is this, the Dark Ages?
Judging from the state of the world, it wouldn't be a stretch to say we're living in that era again. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Pridwin and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Pridwin, soldier. Make us proud.
Getting a bit of a twitch on Prop
This
3,
is Radio
adjusting
Freedom,
torque.
broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report.
Looks
Keep
like
it
we have a
tuned here for
thruster
updates.
imbalance. Tweaking pitch.
Hey,
Congratulations on the promotion, Knight.
System
Recon
Delta
report.
Z1.
Knight Wagner recording.
Secondary Delta standing by.
It appears the intel claiming the old CIT ruins house an entrance to the Institute was incorrect. My scouts and I spent days combing the location for a way in and turned up nothing, other than a couple of minor casualties. When a contingent of synths boxed us into an old tunnel where we were sniffing around. My immediate recommendation would be to follow the trail back on whoever provided that intel. I suspect some wastelander is feeding Proctor Quinlan lies. Caps. Bring across the board, sir. Nothing new.
Good. Carry on. That's a tough-looking dog. I bet he's handy in a fight.
I don't know what the protocol is about having dogs on the Pridwin, so I'll just pretend I didn't see this.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, brother.
It's 8 a.m. All's quiet across the Commonwealth. Stay safe out there.
Nothing to report right now, Knight.
We need the key. So how did it look out there?
Dance?
We've got a lot
There
of
you
work
are.
ahead of us, brother.
How did it go with Elder Maxon?
He sounds pretty delusional to me. You don't actually buy everything he's saying, do you?
You shouldn't judge Maxon on his words alone. His actions prove his sincerity. I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
Good, because we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and I don't want anything slowing us down. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
Do you need to come with me now?
It might help if I tagged along with you. On the other hand, you might want to make your first impression without a paladin standing over your shoulder. It's up to you.
I'll go it alone for now, and come find you when I'm ready.
Suit yourself. I'll be in the mess hall if you need me. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
"9 a.m. here at Radio Freedom. Nothing to report. Stay safe, people."
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
Tighten up the meter. Like that. Now split the difference. There. Now half it. Do you want to do it? No. I think you've almost got it. That's it. Thank you, Scribe. Yep. Ad Victorian, brother.
Grad levels. They're spiking. Might want to have the doctor take a look.
You're tuned to Radio Freedom, voice of the Minutemen. Nothing to report.
I'd gladly
Stay
lay
safe
down
out
my
there.
life.
Can't pick this.
Keeps humanity from repeating the apocalypse.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
As long as it doesn't involve petroleum jelly and rubber gloves, I'm ready.
No. This isn't that sort of examination. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
There wasn't that much radiation around before the bombs fell.
Before the
This is
bombs?
Radio Freedom.
What?
Broadcasting all day, all across
Let me
the
check my
Commonwealth.
notes. You were a vault
quiet,
dweller?
which is how
You're
we
probably
like it.
healthier
Stay
than
safe out
anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Have you had problems with the crew catching diseases?
Well, yes, actually. It's not unusual for our recon teams to stumble across contaminated environments or disease-carrying creatures. We don't want a single crewman infecting the entire ship. Anyway, this exam is about you, so have you had or come in contact with anyone carrying a communicable disease?
Never been seriously sick in my life.
Good, good. Third question. And please, answer honestly. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
Those species aren't my type.
Good. I find the practice highly distasteful myself. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
Nothing new to report. Keep it tuned here for Minutemen alerts.
If my life's in danger, I'll do whatever it takes to defend myself.
That's an acceptable answer, and the most common. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you let me know.
Ah, good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
What, not even a thank you?
I hardly need to... Oh my. It appears I've mistaken you for someone else. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting, would you mind telling me why you're here?
Maxon wanted me to meet the crew, so you were next on my list.
Ah, yes. You must be the new recruit described in Paladin Dance's report. Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my department. However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical documentation. Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job done.
What type of technical documentation are you looking for?
The Brotherhood is primarily interested in collecting information that might assist us with our current mission. Medical records, science journals, weapons schematics. If it contains any type of useful data, we need to get our hands on it.
Nothing to report.
Maybe I can lend you a hand.
That would be splendid. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight. Please.
Damn it, Scribe. I told you I didn't want the corners bent. The issues were to be in mint condition.
I'm sorry, Proctor, but this is the only limited edition annual we've recovered. Even before the bombs fell, this was the rarest issue. The one where Grognak dies and comes back to life.
Yes, Scribe. I've read the 2076 underlain price guide from cover to cover, so I'm well aware of its past value. The fault for this travesty rests squarely on your shoulders, because you chose to ignore the important lesson I taught you. Which is...
Always bag and board. I'm sorry, sir. You're absolutely right. And I promise it will never... Sir? What's that red blinking light on your terminal?
What? Oh, damn it all! I left it in record mode. Just let me...
I prefer laser weapons myself. It's a cleaner shot. And leaves that memorable ozone smell behind.
Pull up a stool, Knight.
If you run into any sense, shoot to kill. We don't take prisoners.
Aye.
Welcome aboard, brother. There. Try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago. If you can't fix it...
I can fix it. You're the one who decided to kick your way through a Mirelurk. Got it.
11 a.m. here at
There it
Radio
is.
Freedom, the voice of the Minutemen.
Thanks, brother.
Nothing
I
to
owe you.
report.
There's no time
Stay
to
safe
waste
out there,
when there's work
everyone.
to be done. Watch your step on the flight deck. It's a long way down.
Feels like you can take on the world in there, doesn't it?
I'll let Max and... His age fool you. He's a brilliant tactician and an experienced soldier.
This is Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day, all across the Commonwealth. Nothing to report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
Greetings, Knight.
Hey there.
Maxon might appear compassionate, but I can assure you, the Institute will face his wrath. The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up before you head out.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that I won't bite.
Why are you in there?
I'm glad you asked. Now, this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables. If you need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
Report at the moment. Stay tuned for updates.
So if I'm out of caps, I guess I'll just defeat the enemy with my bare hands.
There's plenty of spare ammo and equipment all over the ship. You can help yourself to anything you can find. Everything in here is a bit more specialized and unique. The good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you bring me. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons, but I'll take anything useful.
Of course, if you're just looking to make a few caps on the side, I might have some extra work for you to do.
What sort of extra work are we talking about?
Oh, no. It's nothing like you're thinking. It just involves a little bit of heavy lifting and interacting with the local farms. And since I'm stuck up here manning this one-man zoo, I need someone to do the legwork for me. After you're done with the meet and greet, we can discuss the details. In the meantime, if you ever need anything else, God.
Don't let Ingram catch you standing around. You'll
You're
be on
tuned to
report before you
Radio
know it.
Freedom. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Call me old-fashioned, but there's nothing better than being boots on the ground.
If you run into any synths,
Proctor Ingram?
shoot to kill.
So,
We
you're
don't
the new
take
recruit
prisoners.
I heard about. Huh, not what I was expecting.
I can handle myself.
Hey, if Paladin Dance vouched for you, that's good enough for me. You just don't look like one of the usual wastelanders we pick up. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Pridwin's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
You should add teaching charm school lessons to the list.
Sorry to disappoint you, but when you're as busy as I am, there isn't much time for bowing and curtsying. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
It's 1 p.m. This is Radio Freedom.
I hardly
voice
noticed.
of the Minutemen.
Can't tell if you're patronizing me or trying to be polite. How about I just forget you mentioned it? Anyway, I'm sure you're here to get your hands on some power armor. There's a pretty decent T-60 suit sitting in Bay 3 that's all yours. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. Oh, and if you need any work done on it, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
I can't believe super mutants were human once. How could science have gone so wrong?
Good afternoon. You're tuned to Radio Freedom, broadcasting across the
Taking on a
Commonwealth.
death claw without backup is
Nothing
a
to
great way to
report.
get yourself
Stay
killed.
safe out there, everyone.
Don't worry. You'll get used to sleeping comfortably underneath massive containers of highly flammable gas.
When it comes to keeping the Pridwin running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
Everything fine. It's still intact.
I don't know about Scribe Naraya. I think she loves her little zoo a bit too much.
Sweet. Got it.
log entry 142. I can sum up living on the Prydwen in 4 words. I miss field assignments. Don't get me wrong, the research we're doing is exciting stuff, but life on this ship is a nightmare. I'm trapped in this metal tube 18 hours a day. I still can't decide who smells worse, the soldiers or the mole rats. And what passes for conversation among the grunts makes mutants seem scholarly. I'm gonna speak to Proctor Quinlan. Field scribes cannot have it this bad.
Worry about them getting out if they weren't on the ship.
Your concerns are noted, Scribe. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you. Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything. I refuse to be held responsible if you're injured.
Are all these creatures yours?
Well, they're an important part of my research, if that's what you mean. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X.
What do you mean, crack the code?
The genetic code. The DNA sequences that are in every living thing. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. Instead of decades, I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway.
This sounds unethical. You're changing the building blocks of life.
I agree that I might be skirting the line between what's ethical and what isn't, but in order to protect our troops, I'm willing to take that risk. I wish I could show you a sample of the compound, but unfortunately I've hit a stumbling block preventing me from synthesizing a sample. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth.
I'll get whatever you need, if I'm getting paid.
That shouldn't be a problem. I'm authorized to pay you for any research materials you recover. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind.
I'd gladly lay down my life if it keeps humanity from repeating the
Have you
apocalypse.
collected any blood samples, Knight?
Yes, here you go.
Is this some sort of a joke? I don't know what that is, but it certainly isn't a viable blood sample. Do you have any or not?
No, sorry.
I understand.
Sure.
I really appreciate. As soon as I.
Not now, sir. There's science to be done.
Watch your step on the flight deck. It's on the way down.
Treat your power armor well, get you through anything.
Proctor.
What can I get for you today?
Let's hear a bit more about that extra work you mentioned.
Hard to resist the lure of extra caps. As they say, can't win a war on an empty stomach. The food stores don't replenish themselves, so I need legs on the ground to hit up farms in the area. We'll be requisitioning a portion of their harvest, and I need that food crated and ready to go for when I send out a collection team. Your mission will be to ensure full cooperation of the civilian farmers, by any means necessary.
Any means necessary? You're giving me carte blanche on this.
You said it. Like they say, if you aren't with us, you're against us. Think you can handle that?
Maybe later.
Can't blame a guy for trying. If you decide...
Uh-huh. Proctor Tegan.
What brings you to me today?
Set me up.
All of my weapons are mission.
Sure.
I heard that Elder Maxson got that scar on his face.
You ever fire a minigun? Choose through barrels like paper.
Now that you've familiarized yourself with the Kriblin's crew, are you ready for your next assignment, brother?
What sort of assignment are we talking about?
The kind of assignment where all of the training you've done finally begins to pay off. Let's get right to it then. Shall we? Take a look over there. That's Fort Strong. And it's infested with super mutants. Having those aberrations of nature close enough to smell is making me sick to my stomach. To make matters worse, they're sitting on top of a massive stockpile of Fat Man shells we could use in our campaign. I want you to head over there, wipe out everything that moves, and secure that stockpile. Understood?
Consider it done.
Look, I realize you're eager to take the fight to the Institute, but it'll have to wait. The Brotherhood cannot allow those abominations to have a nuclear arsenal at their fingertips. Now, we have a vertibird on standby, fully armed and ready to depart. Use it to carry our message to Fort Strong, and wipe those dirty mutants from the face of the earth. Dismissed.
Now it's on! You're dead.
What just happened?
Damn it! Where'd you go?
Welcome aboard, Knight. Instruments are green and cleared for release. Target acquired. I'll try and keep them in your sights. Primary target down. Look at this, they bleed. I'm gonna find a place to set her down and then hightail it back to the Bridwin for repairs.
wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off.
Okay, so, I guess at this point it's safe to say yes. What's the difference exactly? Anyway, the floating ship here. They haven't, made any sort of announcement, but for a while, at least. In the meantime, don't worry. I'm sure everything's fine. Right? Here's a 60-minute man, and let's be honest here. It's not talking about how long his naps are. So, here it is.
Stop. There'll be 50 minutes of teasing, and 50 minutes of squeezing, and 50 minutes of blowing my top. If you don't man ain't treating you right, come up and see old Dan. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man. Loving that I rock, roll all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man. They call me. Loving that I rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing. Then you holler, please don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes of teasing, and 50 minutes of squeezing, and 50 minutes of blowing my top. If your old man ain't treating you right, come up and see old Dan. I rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man, oh yeah. 60-minute man.
Well, they let old Pete out of jail. He went back to his store. All the women who read his mail were waiting on Pete to chop some more. Wagging and wagging and wagging. Wagging coming back his same old knife. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hack, whack.
That's it.
Well, he got out of jail on Sunday night. Monday he packed his grip. He started to China to see the sight. Went nuts again and chopped up the ship. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking. Hacking and whacking and smacking. Hack, whack, chop that bitch. Brought old Pete back to town. We electrocute him there. But Pete crazy, like a clown. Chopped down that electric chair. He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's a maniac. Hacking and whacking. Don't do nothing but hack. Hacking and whacking and smacking. Just hack, whack, chopping at me.
Got a dog baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. Regular pint size atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb baby, loaded with power, radioactive as a TV tower. A nuclear fission in her soul, loves with the electronic control. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb baby, boy she can start one of those chain reactions in my heart. A big explosion, big and loud, mushrooms me right up on a cloud. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb baby, sweet as a plum, carries more wow than uranium. When she kisses, there's no hitch. 0 hour, she turns on the switch. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT.
That was the 5 stars. All 5 of them. Get it? Because it's, well, it's funny? Nah. Sort of? No. No. Okay. Not really. Hey, how about a bit of good news? If you haven't already seen him, which I did, so I know it's true and not just something I overheard. Nick Valentine is back in town. He was gone for a while, and some people, who are totally not me, thought that... Well, they thought he might be dead. Forever. Or destroyed. Glad you're back. Ever. Anything else? Home quarter. I mean, I wouldn't. Oh, this is...
right.